You won't believe what Kirk Frost said just moments after the blood hit the floor. The club was still buzzing, the air thick with tension, when a leaked phone call surfaced online, and what it revealed left everyone speechless. We're talking raw emotion, unfiltered rage, and a confession so shocking it's already being deleted from every platform. In the aftermath of the now infamous fight that landed young Jock in the ICU, Kirk didn't run. He called someone. And what he said, it wasn't an apology. It wasn't panic. It was something much darker, and it changes everything we thought we knew about the brawl. The call is barely 2 minutes long, but in those 2 minutes, Kirk's entire mindset, his guilt or lack of it, and his intentions come to light. And for some, it's even scarier than the fight itself. So who did Kirk call? What did he admit? Why is Rashida suddenly deleting every photo of them from her Instagram? You're about to hear everything that wasn't supposed to be public. But remember, once you hear this, you can't unhear it. What Kirk said on that call will haunt you. And this is only the beginning. Kirk Frost and young Jock were never exactly best friends. But what happened that night wasn't just a fight was years of buried tension finally exploding. For those who've been following Atlanta's underground drama, this clash didn't come out of nowhere. In fact, the cracks have been showing for a while. Behind the flashy club appearances, the industry collabs, and social media laughs, there's been something boiling between these two. It all started months ago. Kirk, already known for his rocky relationship with Rashida, had been keeping his circle too tight. Word around town was that he didn't trust anyone, especially not Jock. Sources say it began with small things, missed calls, subtle shade in interviews, and little jabs in group texts. But then came the betrayal. An anonymous source, allegedly someone close to Rashida, claimed that young Jock was seen having a private conversation with her after an industry event. It wasn't anything scandalous on the surface, but those who were there say Kirk's reaction was immediate and intense. He didn't confront Jock directly, not yet. But the mood shifted. The tension started showing in public. At one club event, Kirk walked right past Jock without a nod. Another time, Jock cracked a joke on stage about men losing their ladies to their own crew, and the crowd went wild. But Kirk, he didn't laugh. Then came the whispers. Jock was telling people that Kirk was paranoid that he was losing it. Rashida was posting cryptic quotes on her story, like sometimes it's not betrayal, it's clarity. Fans noticed. Blogs picked it up. Suddenly, every move they made was under a microscope. Despite the drama, both men continued attending the same events, even appearing in some of the same promo videos. But behind the scenes, security was being tightened. Their teams weren't allowed in the same green rooms. And insiders say club owners were quietly told, don't let them cross paths. But no one expected it to actually happen. The night of the fight, a popular Atlanta club was packed for a surprise performance. The energy was electric. VIP booths were booked, drinks were flowing, and the crowd was live. Jock showed up first, relaxed, smiling, surrounded by friends. Cameras flashed. He was doing what he always does, owning the room. Then Kirk walked in, and everything changed. Witnesses say the room went cold. Kirk didn't smile, didn't greet anyone. He made a straight line for the VIP. What happened next? No one can fully agree on. Some say it started with a stare. Others say Jock stood up and said something under his breath. But within seconds, voices were raised. Security was on high alert. And then, chaos. Tables flipped, drinks spilled, and fists started flying. People screamed, phones came out, bodyguards rushed in. But it was too late. Kirk was already swinging. Jock hit the ground hard, and what looked like a 1-second scuffle turned into a full-blown incident by the time paramedics arrived. Jock was barely responsive. His crew was shouting at security. Kirk was being dragged out, yelling something no one could make out. Cameras were confiscated. Staff were told to delete footage. But even with the chaos, someone managed to record a call Kirk made just minutes after leaving the scene. And that is what we're going to talk about next. Because what Kirk said in that call, it wasn't what anyone expected. Not fear, not regret, not even silence. It was something else entirely. The moment Kirk stepped into that club, the energy shifted. People said it felt like the air got thicker, like something was about to go wrong and nobody could stop it. Some even said Kirk wasn't himself that night, his eyes cold, his jaw locked, like he had already made up his mind. Jock was already there, cracking jokes with fans, living up to his usual charisma. He had no idea what was coming. Or maybe he did. That's the part people can't agree on? But when Kirk walked straight past the crowd and locked eyes with Jock, everyone nearby could feel the static. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. And then Jock stood up. He said something no one knows exactly what, but those closest say it was short, low, and direct. Kirk didn't flinch. He just lunged. It wasn't a scuffle. It was a full-blown explosion. Tables flipped. Security scrambled. Bottles shattered. And when Jock hit the ground, it wasn't just his body that broke. It was the silence that had been brewing for months. Kirk was pulled away by 3 security guards, still shouting, his voice hoarse and raw. People screamed. Phones were out, but staff were trying to shut everything down. No recording. Someone yelled, but someone did record, just not the fight. They recorded what came right after, in the alley behind the club. Kirk's car door slammed shut. He sat there for almost a minute, just breathing. Then he pulled out his phone. He didn't call Rashida. He didn't call his lawyer. He called someone else. And thanks to that mysterious recording, the world heard what he said. Tell them I don't regret it. That was the first thing Kirk said. No hesitation, no remorse. It's just those words. He went on, speaking faster. They've been playing me like I'm blind, like I can't see what's been happening. Jock thought he could smile in my face and sneak behind my back. Not anymore. Not after what I saw. There it was. The first sign he saw something. Something that pushed him over the edge. The caller, who's still unidentified, tried to calm him down. But Kirk wasn't hearing it. I've been quiet long enough, he said. I've swallowed enough lies. Rashida's been lying, Jock's been lying, and I'm the one who looks crazy. Nah, they played the wrong one. The internet erupted when that clip leaked. People didn't know what to believe. Was he talking about a private message? A video? A picture? Fans began digging, and sure enough, someone came forward. An anonymous DM surfaced on a gossip blog that claimed Kirk had gotten hold of a private video one he was never supposed to see. And in that video, Jock and Rashida alone, laughing, whispering, too close for comfort. The sender said it was sent by mistake, but once Kirk saw it, something inside him snapped. That would explain everything. The cold stare, the silence, the violence. But it gets worse. Screenshots leaked of a text exchange between Kirk and someone saved only as R. In the screenshots, Kirk sends a single line. So this is what we're doing now, and the response. You weren't supposed to see that. That's all it took. Fans were convinced. The betrayal was real. The anger was personal. And what happened at the club was no accident. It was a reckoning. But the twist didn't stop there. One of Jock's people spoke out in an exclusive audio clip. They claimed Kirk had been spying for weeks, tracking Rashida's phone, monitoring messages, even confronting people she talked to. He's been off for a while, the voice said. This wasn't random. He's been waiting for this. Statement lit up the internet. Was Kirk losing control? Or was he finally standing up after being disrespected one too many times? Meanwhile, Rashida stayed silent. No interviews, no tweets. Just one Instagram story post. A black screen with a single sentence you think you know, but you really don't. Fans were divided. Some stood with Kirk. saying a man can only take so much betrayal. Others were horrified by the violence, saying there's never a reason to go that far. But the one thing everyone agreed on? That phone call changed everything. Because it wasn't just rage, it was hurt. It was years of buried resentment boiling to the surface in a matter of seconds. And now, the damage couldn't be undone. The last line of that leaked call still echoes across social media. He had it coming, and I ain't done yet. The question on everyone's mind now, who's next? The streets of Atlanta weren't just buzzing, they were shaking. Within hours of the leaked call, the club where it all happened was trending on every platform. Instagram stories were flooded with blurry footage. Twitter was on fire. Every blogger, YouTuber, and gossip page had one question. What exactly did Kirk see? And who else knew? But then a second leak hit the internet. It wasn't audio this time. It was visual. A grainy black and white security cam screenshot showing a dimly lit studio hallway. The timestamp, just 3 nights before the fight. The photo Kirk, Rashida, and Jock. Kirk had just turned the corner. Rashida and Jock were already there, alone, Jock's hand on her shoulder. Rashida's expression, blurry but definitely not angry. It was the image that broke the internet. Fans didn't know what to believe. Was it photoshopped, old footage, or the proof Kirk had been talking about all along? Theories exploded. TikTok detectives were pausing, zooming, analyzing frame by frame. Look at the body language, one viral video claimed. You don't touch someone like that unless there's something going on. Another clip suggested Kirk had hired someone to follow Rashida. He knew where she'd be. That's why he showed up to the club so confident. And then came the bombshell. An anonymous Twitter account dropped a thread claiming to be from someone inside Kirk's camp. It was detailed, specific, and it turned everything on its head. According to the thread, Kirk didn't just see one video. He saw 2. The first was harmless, a new Rashida and Jock talking in a studio lobby. But the second was sent to him by mistake from a mutual friend's phone. In that clip, Jock was heard telling someone, "I got her. She just don't know it yet." The internet lost its mind. If true, that line meant everything. It meant intent. It meant manipulation. And for Kirk, it meant betrayal, not just from his wife, but from someone he once called a brother. Suddenly, the tone online shifted. Kirk wasn't just a man who snapped. He was a man who'd been pushed, cornered, disrespected. Fans started using hashtags like #TeamKirk and #JOC crossed the line. But not everyone was on board. Another wave of reactions came pouring in from Jock's supporters. They argued that Kirk had always been controlling, paranoid, quick-tempered. They pointed to old interviews, old arguments, even old love and hip-hop scenes where Kirk's temper had caused problems. They painted him as a ticking time bomb man this time. It finally went off. The tension reached a boiling point when a well-known Atlanta radio host went live and played a never-before-heard voicemail allegedly left by Kirk hours before the fight. In it, Kirk sounds calm. To calm. "Don't think I don't see you," he says. "Everything done in the dark is about to get dragged into the light. You made your choice, I'll make mine." The voice wasn't shouting, wasn't angry. It was cold. Final, like someone who had made peace with what he was about to do. And that's when it really started spiraling. A local news station picked up the story. Major blogs started reposting every piece of content related to the drama. Club owners began distancing themselves from both artists. One canceled an upcoming event featuring Jock, citing security concerns. Another posted a statement on Instagram saying, "We don't condone violence, physical or emotional. Our venue is a space of peace." But the most unexpected twist came when Rashida finally broke her silence. She didn't speak. She didn't post a statement. She dropped a cryptic video to her Astoria dimly lit room, candles flickering, phone recording from behind her shoulder as she typed a message. The message said, Some truths don't need to be shouted. They reveal themselves. Then she deleted her profile picture. Fans went into full detective mode. Was that her confirming something? Denying something? Or warning that more was coming? It didn't help that another leaked DM started circulating, this time between Rashida and a close friend. In the screenshot, her friend asks, "Is it true?" Rashida's reply, "Not the way they're saying it." That was all it took. The drama evolved. Now, it wasn't just about a fight. It was about trust, loyalty, privacy, the kind of betrayal that doesn't happen overnight but builds slowly, secretly, until it all crashes down in one unforgettable night. And just when people thought the story had peaked, another layer unraveled. A blogger known for inside scoops released what he claimed was a conversation with a friend of Jock's. In the voice note, a friend laughs nervously and says, "Man, he ain't innocent. Jock been messing around behind the scenes. Scott's receipts. Receipts." That one word caused a digital landslide. Everyone wanted to know what kind of receipts. And more importantly, when are they dropping? At this point, the fight was no longer the main story. The focus had shifted to what caused it and what might come next. The streets were divided. Families were arguing. Fans were picking sides. But one thing was clear. This wasn't just a fight. It was the fallout from a storm years in the making. And the damage, it was still spreading. As the leaked footage, voice calls, and cryptic posts swept across the internet, the public reaction wasn't just intense, it was explosive. Within 24 hours, hashtag #KirkVsJOC trended worldwide. TikTok was flooded with reaction videos, reenactments, and deep dives into every possible angle. People weren't just watching, they were obsessed. Some creators posted timelines of the beef, others broke down body language from years-old interviews. Fans even uncovered a 2021 video where Jock joked about stealing someone's wife if they don't treat her right. Now, that clip was everywhere, used as proof that this wasn't new, just hidden. Instagram became a battleground. Comment sections were war zones. On one side, you had the Kirk defenders saying he was a husband pushed too far. They claimed he had been humiliated, gaslit, and publicly disrespected, and that the fight was his way of reclaiming dignity. He held it in for too long. One user posted, "This wasn't violence, this was emotional release." On the other side were those calling for consequences. Jock fans rallied behind the idea that no matter the betrayal, violence wasn't the answer. He could have walked away, but he chose to explode. A viral tweet said, racking up over 100,000 likes. Meanwhile, Rashida was suddenly the focus of everyone's questions. Was she really involved with Jock? Was it emotional cheating, or was there more? Her silence was deafening, and that made it worse. She didn't deny anything. She didn't confirm anything. And with every hour that passed, the internet filled in the blanks with its own stories. Celebrities began weighing in. One reality TV star tweeted, "Y'all act like these people ain't human? I've seen way worse go down behind the scenes." Another industry insider went live saying Kirk had been off his rocker for months and hinted that this wasn't the first time he'd lashed out. Then came the corporate fallout. A clothing brand that had recently partnered with both Kirk and Rashida pulled their upcoming campaign. In a now-deleted Instagram statement, the brand wrote, "We stand against all forms of public violence and need time to reassess our partnerships." Within hours, fan pages captured screenshots and reposted them across Twitter and Facebook, sparking another wave of backlash. A prominent music festival where Jock was scheduled to perform issued a subtle but clear announcement. In light of recent events, our artist lineup is being revised to prioritize guest safety and event integrity. Jock's name, quietly removed. The entertainment industry was distancing itself, and fast. But it wasn't all doors closing. Some brands saw the buzz as opportunity. a gossip-based podcast network reached out publicly on X, offering Kirk a safe space to tell his Pisces. His side, a streaming service, teased a possible docuseries based on Atlanta's nightlife scandals. One trailer even used footage from the club fight blurred out, overlaid with the words, "The truth ain't always clean." It was clear this story wasn't going away. It was evolving, feeding off clicks, comments, and chaos. Even the local news stations were in on it. One anchor opened the evening broadcast with a line, "Atlanta is reeling after a club altercation between two of its most recognizable faces. But is this just drama, the fallout of a deeper betrayal?" But while the public feasted on drama, those close to the situation were beginning to feel the pressure. One of Jock's longtime friends posted and deleted a message on Facebook that read, "Everybody wants to know the truth, but y'all ain't ready for what that means." Some things can't be taken back. It was screenshotted, shared, and dissected by every blog. Some said it hinted at more evidence. Others thought it was a warning. Meanwhile, Kirk's inner circle had gone completely silent. Not a single post. No comments, no appearances. Which only made things feel darker. Was he hiding? Is there something more coming? Or was this just the calm before the next storm? As people debated and speculated, one thing was certain, this wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It was a full-on cultural event. The betrayal, the violence, the secrets, and now the silence. Everywhere you looked, someone was talking about it. At barbershops, in salons, at corner stores, on live streams. The line between entertainment and real life had blurred, and no one knew where it would go. Next, just when the dust began to settle and the online chatter started to shift to other scandals, one final twist shook everything back to life. A burner account, one that had only ever posted 2 times before, suddenly uploaded a screen recording of an unseen video. No voice, no caption. Just the footage and a single chilling message. He lied to everyone, including her. The video, a behind-the-scenes moment at a private Atlanta lounge from 2 months ago. The quality was poor, the lighting dim, but the people in the clip were unmistakable. Jock and Rashida, sitting side by side in a closed VIP section, no one else around. Jock leans in. She whispers something. Then he reaches into his pocket and slides over a tiny black flash drive. That's it. No words, no timestamp, but the silence. It said everything. The post blew up instantly. What was on the flash drive? Why was Rashida accepting it? And why was this moment never mentioned until now? People connected the dots. That flash drive could have been the source of the video Kirk saw. If Jock gave it directly to Rashida, was she in on it the whole time? Or was she being set up? Then came a voicemail leak that no one was ready for. This time, it was Rashida's voice. "I told you not to bring that to me," she says, clearly upset. Now everything's a mess. She said it wouldn't go this far. Her voice shakes, either crying or trying not to. The message cuts off after that dot. It was the first time her voice had been heard since the fight, and it flipped the narrative again. No longer was Rashida seen as just a victim or just a villain. Now she was part of the operation. Or worse, Scott, in the middle of a twisted game between 2 men who both had something to lose. Suddenly, the question shifted. What if this wasn't about a betrayal, but about a setup? Theories exploded. One viral thread suggested that Jock was trying to sabotage Kirk's public image in a long-play revenge move, something dating back years, when Kirk allegedly blocked Jock from landing a big-time brand deal. Others speculated Rashida was using the fight. It's a way to exit her toxic marriage without taking the blame publicly. But the biggest theory, that the fight, the leak, the call of it was part of a plan. And the real bombshell hasn't dropped yet. Then, a final chilling detail surfaced. A music producer close to all 3 of them revealed in an anonymous post that Kirk had recently booked a hotel suite in Miami under an alias and checked in alone just 1 day after the fight. No one knows who he met there. But that same night, Jock's manager received a package with no return address. Inside, a printed photo, a still from the surveillance camera of that studio hallway. It's the same one that started this whole spiral. On the back, written in black marker, were 4 words: "You're not safe anymore." The manager hasn't spoken publicly since, and Jock, he's gone completely off dash grid. No posts, no appearances, not even a like or a view on his own pages. Something is coming, and this time, it might be bigger than just a fight. This isn't the end. This is the warning shot before something even darker surfaces. So stay locked in, because what happens next might shake the industry to its core. If you thought this was the end of the story, think again, because this drama is just getting started. We've seen the fight, we've heard the leaked call, we've watched the industry react, and now a new layer has surfaced, one that changes everything we thought we knew. But the most haunting part? None of them are speaking. Kirk has disappeared. Jock has gone silent. Rashida, posting cryptic messages like she's bracing for something even worse. What was on that flash drive? Who really leaked the studio footage? And who sent that photo with the threat written on the back? You already know there's more coming, and when it hits, you won't want to be late, so here's what you need to do. Smash that like button if you're as shocked as we are. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because when the next leak drops, we'll be breaking it down the second it surfaces. But before you go drop your theories in the comments, do you believe Jock set this up from the start? Is Rashida hiding something even bigger? Or was Kirk's breakdown the result of betrayal or manipulation? Let's get into it. This isn't just gossip. It's a storyline with secrets still buried, and someone's about to dig them up. Trust us, you don't want to miss what's coming next, because the next episode, I just blow the roof off everything.